Coach Auerbach had about what 11 uh, now Hall of Famers on his team, including the great Bill Russell. You know, Phil Jackson, has had great players, superstars, future Hall of Famers, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Shaquille O'Neal, of course, Kobe Bryant. But okay, last night was not an 11 Hall of Famer team that he put on the court. You know, so Kobe, and it's his ability to manage these great superstars, these egos, put them together, so they can be a team. And of course, these secondary role players, there aren't maybe necessarily great players, but good players, and meld them together so they can be a great supporting cast for these superstars on his team. So congratulations to the Zen Master. I do believe that you are the best coach of all time. Your 10 championships is the most of any coach in all of American professional sports. So, if he's the best coach in any sport, it's hard to analyze that, but he's definitely up there. So, congratulations to Phil Jackson and Kobe Bryant, all of the Laker fans, players, and fans, and staff, the city of Los Angeles, and Laker fans everywhere. So, for the Magic, they have, Orlando Magic, they should be proud of themselves, and the fans should be proud of their team for getting as farther than the franchise has ever gotten in their history. So, congratulations to them. Pick up a few players, maybe re-sign some key ones. Dwight Howard, I think the only major criticism after this series was, he needs to just develop kind of a signature move, a go-to move, so, down the stretch of a game, he's able to shoot it from outside the paint instead of just pick and roll. So I think he's a young player. He has a long future ahead of him. I don't really doubt that he'll be able to get his own championship one day. Let's see if the Magic can maybe even be in the same position next year. So NBA is pretty much over. The draft is on the 25th, I believe. So we're really until October, November. So we'll see about that. So then NBA Finals. How about we run down the sports page, shall we? Speaking of the Orlando Magic, Hedo Turkoglu is already on the market, and I don't mean the dating market. His agent says that Turkoglu will opt out of his contract with Orlando Magic and will be a free agent on June 30th. So let's see if he'll be sticking with the Magic or if some other team will decide to pick him up. And still with basketball, NCAA men's basketball, Connecticut coach Jim Calhoun broke 5 ribs this weekend at a bike charity event. So I don't know if he thinks he's Lance Armstrong or what's going on, but what he was doing to break 5 ribs, but he did. But apparently he's one tough son of a gun because he was able to finish the race and help out with a good cause. So he was released from the hospital, so good healing to Coach Calhoun. The Vikings, in NFL news, they wanted to be nice, visit Brett Favre at his home on Sunday down there in Mississippi. Kind of give him some tips about exercising his recently surgically repaired shoulder. Because Vikings are all about just being good Samaritans. I mean, why else would they go down to Mississippi to help out Brett Favre with his shoulder, right? Anyways, the Yankees, the New York Yankees, took the Subway Series and took Johan Santana and the New York Mets to the woodshed with a 15-0 win. Their biggest shutout since 1977. Santana had 9 earned runs in 3 innings pitched, so a career high for him and a career worst. So there's some speculation that maybe he's injured, maybe some back injuries. So we'll have to see that in the developing days, if that really is an issue or not. The FIFA Confederation Cup just got underway today, actually, I believe. And Brazil and Kaká, yes, Kaká, please grow up, okay? That's the man's real name. $92 million name. They just slipped by Egypt today. It was for 4-3. Over in Group B, the United States took on Italy and South Africa, which is the location of the 2010 World Cup. Early in the second half, Landon Donovan takes and makes a penalty kick. The goal is an American record 40th international goal for him, so congratulations on that. And the U.S. is up 1-0. But a minute after entering the game, at the 57th, Giuseppe Rossi, who decided to play for Italy rather than the United States, he ties the game with a 30-yarder with about 20 minutes left in the match. Daniel De Rossi was able to get a goal past the Americans Ogechi Onyewu, Nigerian, shout out, and diving goalkeeper Tim Howard. Though the U.S. came close to tying the game late, including with a corner kick, Rossi's second goal in the extra injury time pretty much sealed the deal for the Americans, and Italy wins 3-1. The next opponent for the Americans is Brazil, which is also always a tough matchup for anyone. So let's see if the Americans are able to steal one against the Brazilians. Congrats to Mark Martin on winning NASCAR's sprint race in Michigan yesterday. The driver seems to never retire, was able to conserve fuel unlike race dominator Jimmy Johnson, and win the race, which is the second consecutive type of win in the sprint series. Last week, of course, Tony Stewart barely went on fumes last week too. Next Sunday is the next race at Infineon Raceway at 4 o'clock Central on TNT. A sympathetic favorite, Phil Mickelson, struggled in the final round of the St. Jude's Classic yesterday and finished tied for 59th at 1 over par. But it was still a nice ending, as Brian Gay was able to win by 5 strokes, an impressive 18 under, and win the tournament. He was also able to get into next week's U.S. Open. This was his final opportunity to do so, so good for him for being able to capitalize on that. Congratulations on the win. And finally, let me just say, calm down, Los Angeles, okay? City of angels, okay? You want to be maybe a little more angelic? I know you're excited about the Lakers winning. I'm excited the Lakers won. A lot of people are. I'm excited for you, but there's no reason to be vandalizing or being violent or setting fires to your city. Your city's broke. The state's broke. The governors even told us so. So y'all don't really need this, okay? Besides, you know what? You have 15 championships. You should be used to this by now, right? Okay? And the last one was 7 years ago. Okay? It wasn't even that long. It was 7 years ago. You have 4 this decade. Last time you won was 2002. So, you know, I'm too young to really even remember when the Cowboys won. Okay? So you guys just calm down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We're happy for you, but stop setting fires. Okay? There's 8 officers hurt. At least 18 people arrested. So if you're watching this and you're in Los Angeles, please be careful. Safety first. So on that note, thanks again for everybody that's watching. Please get your friends to watch. Subscribe, comment, reply, questions, answers, what's good, what's bad, and come back next time. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but I'll find something to talk about. But again, I guess that's it for me for today. So I'm Audrey Eero, and thanks for coming to this page where this chick digs the long ball.